Hello, everybody. This is Ryan Bentz, and you are listening to Drive the Greens with Ryan Bentz. This is podcast episode number 3. How are we all doing today? I'm doing all right. Can't complain. Beautiful October weather. I think it was 40s today. Got out and played some golf. Nice weather. I have to say, I think I do golf better in the cold. Believe it or not, but had a pretty good day. So to start off, I'll give you a fun fact of the day. So it's believed that roughly 97% of history has been lost over time. Written accounts of history only started roughly 6,000 years ago, and modern humans first appeared around 200,000 years ago. Wrap your mind around that for a second. 97% of history lost over time. We have no idea. And right now, in those history books that we've all read in social studies class in elementary, only 3% of everything that we've learned we know through history. Just mind-boggling. I'm so curious to see what that 97% of history is. So, fun fact for the day for you. All right, now more serious talk. NASCAR, all right? So last week I talked about NASCAR Cup Series, but this week I'm going to expand on my NASCAR and bring in the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series. All right, so NASCAR Truck Series, the Gander Truck Outdoors. Gander Outdoor Truck Series, all right? Hailie Deegan. She started her debut in NASCAR, and then number 17 Ford finished 16th. She was running pretty good all day in that top 3. However, she was running in front of all those guys that pitted before her for those green lap pit stops, so she was one of the last trucks to pit. That's why she was in the top 3, but she did finish 16th in her debut, and I just have to applaud her for her tremendous effort, and she's a heck of a driver, and she's definitely going to be a driver to look out in the future. She'll quickly make her way up in the ranks, and by no time she'll be driving in the NASCAR's highest level in the Cup Series. So she'll be a strong contender from here on out. So Hailie Deegan will, and also at the age of 19, very, very young. Actually, Joey Logano won his first Cup Series at the age of 19. So don't be surprised if you see Hailie Deegan get a dub by the end of the year. Also, Hailie Deegan starting full-time in the Truck Series of next year 2021. So she'll be really fun to watch. Keep her eye out on that Hailie Deegan 17 car. All right. Also, Natalie Decker, another prominent female driver in NASCAR series. However, she's had medical complications in the past, and which kept her out of racing the past month, I should say. Doctors found out she had high blood pressures, and although they're trying to find the solution, but I suppose it's mysterious. It's a mystery, sort of. So that's kept her out of racing. But she should look to return this weekend at Texas. Also, playoffs in the Truck Series. We saw Brett Moffitt with the win at Kansas Speedway, I believe, just last weekend. And so he's locked in the championship 4. And then Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, Zane Smith. Zane Smith was really close of getting that win at Kansas, but got a little too close to the leader, Brett Moffitt, and spun out. Got to his rear side panel, a little bit of contact, spun out, drew out a caution, and then ultimately gave Brett Moffitt the win. And then we see Grant Effinger Matt Craft and Ben Rhodes finishing out the playoffs there. Yeah, I like Sheldon Creed maybe to win the championship here in the truck series. So driving that number 2 truck, Chevy truck, maybe look for him to pull off this championship. All right, NASCAR Xfinity Series. All right, used to be called the Busch Series. So big time news: Chase Briscoe in that '98 car, moving to the Cup Series next year, replacing Clint Bowyer in that 14 Ford car. So that's a big step for Chase Briscoe. Definitely one of the better drivers in the Xfinity Series, and some say could be the next Tony Stewart. So Chase Briscoe's got a bright future ahead of him. I think, let me see, he's won multiple races this year. Average finish definitely up there. Yeah. So 9 wins this season. Outstanding. And 16 top 5s. That's pretty. Average finish of 7.9. So he averaged almost an 8th place finish through 30 races this season. That's pretty outstanding. And he also won this weekend at Kansas Speedway, locking him into the championship 4. So good running by Chase Briscoe. He'll definitely have a good season next year, I think, with Stewart Haas Racing replacing Clint Bowyer. He could be, I could already see him being the Rookie of the Year, if I'm being honest. A really strong driver. Also, yeah, so he'll stick with the Ford manufacturer, driving Ford this in the Xfinity Series, and he'll move on to Ford as well in the Cup Series. So Chase Briscoe looking on to the NASCAR Cup Series. And to move on, Xfinity playoff standings. Like I said, Chase Briscoe locked into the championship 4. Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, Austin Cindric, Justin Haley, Ross Chastain, Ryan Sieg, all those drivers yet in the playoffs. I could see Chase Briscoe winning out. But, I mean, we got Austin Cindric, very strong competitor. Justin Haley's sleeper. Ross Chastain still looking for that win this year. He's been really good racer this season. Average finish of 8.1, so not too far behind Chase Briscoe, but didn't find a win this year. 14 top 5s, really consistent driver, just couldn't get it done. So look for Ross Chastain to have one heck of a finish here this season. Let's see if there's anything else for the Xfinity. Yeah, that'll do it for Xfinity today. So yeah, Chase Briscoe, really good driver. Look for Chase Briscoe to do really well next year in the Cup Series as well. Definitely filling in for an all-time great, I think, Clint Bowyer. Clint Bowyer is really fun to watch the past few years. Still excited for Clint, as he'll be broadcasting in Fox Sports booth during the races, so Clint won't be too far from NASCAR and doing everything he loves, so good for Clint. And all right, my guy Joey Logano with the win at Kansas, locking him in to the championship 4. So I mean, man, he looked pretty bad throughout the whole race. He was running, 8th, 9th, 10th the whole race, but with 40 laps to go, I believe there was a caution, and then most of the drivers came down pit road, and that 22 team got Joey out first and ultimately won him the race. So kudos to that 22 pit crew for getting him out quickly and jumping ahead of Kevin Harvick, who finished runner-up. And I have to say, Joey Logano is probably the best blocker out there. he can. I'm pretty sure that those last 40 laps he was running, definitely not looking out the windshield, but looking in the rearview mirror, so to speak. Kevin Harvick was on his tail the whole last 40 laps and always came close. Almost had a pass on him, but Joey, knowing Joey and his blocking, kept in front and stayed out in front for the last 40 laps. Green flag race in there, and incredible job by Joey Logano. So I'm proud of my guy, Joey Logano, my driver, advancing to the championship 4. And that race will be held at Phoenix, where Joey Logano won earlier this year before the COVID break. So Joey Logano loves Phoenix, and I think he's got his eyes set on that trophy there for his second championship. Also making this his fourth championship for appearance. Interestingly enough, I guess he likes to join the championship 4 only on even-numbered years. Playoffs started 2014, and I think 14, 16, 18, 20. Yep. Those 4 years were every year he advanced to the final or championship 4. So look for that 22 to pull off this win and earn that second championship for his career. So Joey Logano, one of the hotter drivers out there, but he's got pretty tough competition behind him. Kevin Harvick, who finished runner-up last weekend at Kansas. He's won, I want to say 9 races this season. So he's been the most dominant driver this year. And Denny Hamlin not too far with 7 wins. Both average finishing within the top 10. Really just incredible driving. Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin. So look for those two guys to make some moves and join Joey Logano in the championship 4. But if you listen to my last podcast, I actually didn't have Denny Hamlin in the final 4. And instead I had Chase Elliott to fill a spot. So Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and, of course, Joey Logano in that championship 4. But we'll have to see. Denny Hamlin's pretty good at Texas, which Texas Speedway is this weekend. So that'll be a really fun race to watch. And you'll see that number 22 car, Joey Logano, just kind of coast through the rest of these races and just kind of prepare and just learn as he goes until he gets to Phoenix. Then he's full mode there. So we have Joey Logano locked in championship 4, and the rest. So the playoff rank or the power rankings going into this weekend show Kevin Harvick still in that number 1 spot. Joey Logano number 2, as he's locked in already. And then Denny Hamlin number 3. Brad Keselowski number 4. Chase 5. And then Truex 6, Bowman 7, Kurt Busch 8. So I'll have to be honest, the last 4 drivers are kind of randomized. Is my own personal power rankings. So Harvick 1, I'll give it to you again. Harvick 1, Joey 2, Hamlin 3, Brad 4, Chase 5. Truex 6, Bowman 7, Kurt Busch 8. Who's in, who's out right now? Obviously, Joe Logano's in. Harvick's looking good, 41 points above the cutoff line. Denny Hamlin not too far behind, plus 20. And then Brad, plus 8. So right now you're seeing Logano, Harvick, Hamlin, Keselowski, looking good over the cutoff line. Those are your 4 right now, but not too far behind Keselowski. I have Chase Elliott right below the cutoff line at -8. And then Bowman a little bit farther down, -27. Truex -31, and Kurt -73. Kurt Busch last weekend, or I guess I shouldn't say wrecked, but had engine troubles and engine blew out. Unfortunately, had to finish the race a little bit earlier than he had expected, which is why he's so far deep there in the hole at -73 points. So, also Alex Bowman too. This is his farthest he's made it in playoffs, the round of 8, and he finished 3rd at Kansas. So he's been running really strong lately. Let me give you his last few finishes here. So 3rd and then 8th at the Roval. 5th. So other than that, a couple times outside the top 10, but he's got 9th place, 6th place, 7th place, 5th place all in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the 9 races finished inside the top 10. So look for Bowman to hang in there. He could surprise everybody and make it to the championship 4, and I really hope he does. I like Bowman ever since he filled in the seat for Dale Jr. in that 88 car. So yeah. We got this weekend Texas Speedway. It's a 2:30 p.m. Central Time race on NBC Sports Network. And before I let you guys go, I'll give you a little betting odds and see who has the best chances to win, perhaps this weekend or the championship. And it'll look like I'll give you the odds for the championship. So, man, remember if you listened to my podcast last weekend, Joe Logano was at plus 1,200, I believe. Well, now plus 450. That's got to be the most dramatic change in Vegas odds sports betting history, right? And then looks like Kevin Harvick stayed at plus 135, Hamlin plus 215, Brad plus 600, Chase plus 750. So definitely differences there with, as of now, the drivers above the cutoff line. Odds are looking a little better, but anything can happen. We could see Truex Jr. win the next race, and he'll probably be down to plus 300. So, he's plus 1,000 right now. So, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to put a little bit on Martin Truex there. Those are your odds. Kurt Busch 4,500. I'd stay away from that. Bowman 2,400. That's definitely an odd I would take. Definitely a good odd there. Can't pass that up. Man, I'm still kind of surprised Joey's plus 450. Well, he's a good driver, especially in playoffs, so I don't blame Vegas for changing those odds there. All right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my third podcast. I should say I'm also recording out of the Safe Saturday studio tonight. I am at my own apartment. I got Friends on right now. Love some good Friends TV show. A cup of coffee right here at my side. Life can't be any better right now, except for 3 papers I gotta get started on. But I hope you all enjoyed this podcast. I encourage you to keep listening. There's still a lot more to talk about, and I'm really excited to share some more NASCAR news with everybody. And also, keep in mind, stay tuned for the Save Saturdays podcast show with myself, Ethan Petrick, and Will Reason, talking about NFL, MLB, you name it, college football. And then that'll take place, or that'll come out Saturday at 10 a.m. Once again, this is Ryan Bentz with Drive the Greens, and I hope you enjoyed my show. Take care, everybody.